If you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn. Education. You feel me then? I'm Quindell Evans, BluePoetry.com. Blue is the color of dream. Poets the already inscribed. Trees are what keeps us alive. BluePoetry.com. You feel me then? So, today I want to talk about, my mother, and the reason I send my mother messages every day. I recently posted, sometimes I post some of the messages that I send to my mother when I'm doing my, when I wake up every day, first thing I do is my healing work, and a part of my healing work is telling my mother I love her, and also saying 3 things that I'm grateful for my mother about, 3 things that I remember about my mother that's a special memory, 3 things that I learned from my mother, 3 things about my mother that inspire me, motivates me, anything along the lines of that. So that's kind of the reason why I shared that video. I thought it was something special and thought people could be inspired by it. And I want to say that the reason I do all of this is because I think, especially with this time we in right now we in this pandemic, quarantine, thingy, and it's a really sensitive time, a sensitive time for everyone when it comes to life and death, simply. No one wants to lose anybody at this time. My prayers and love and respect to those who suffer from, in any way, from this pandemic. So I think it's important for us to spread love while we have the chance. And I've been, sending messages every day to my mother for probably about a year or 2 now. I think it was about probably a year and a half now. My mother asked, it was a 30-day challenge. It was can you send me a message every day? It isn't, whether it could be through social media, text, Facebook, whatever. Just send me a message every day, for 30 days. And after that 30 days of doing it, I decided to continue to do it, on an everyday basis, because I realized that it felt good to do that. It felt good to tell my mother I love her. It felt good when she replied. And it's a beautiful thing. And I want to say that my mother don't always reply, but I never care. It's just I have the opportunity to share that I love my mother. I love you. I'm just going to take it. And it increased our communication. We call each other more. We talk more, stuff like that. So the times when she do replies, it's always something very, very touching and beautiful, like a little poem or something like that. And that's why I kind of think I get my poetic sense and value from my mother, who is a poet. I remember one time she wrote on my Facebook wall, "I dropped a tear in the ocean for you, and the day that you find it is the day that I stop loving you." And I thought that was the most beautiful thing ever. And I replied, what did I reply? I replied, I'll swim in the ocean every day, or something like that, hoping that I never find a tear, because I don't want you to stop loving me. But I just think that's one of the most poetic things, my mother is so poetic, whether that was original or not, to have that in your memory is so beautiful, to have that. To have that in your mind, to be able to say that, it's just a beautiful thing to say. Yeah, and I think every day is Mother's Day for me. Every day is Mother's Day for us, because we're alive and we're here, and it's important for us to be able to appreciate and be grateful for life. And my mother is the one who birthed me, and so me being grateful for my life, I'm grateful for her with every breath that I have. And Mom, if you ever see this, if you're watching this, I love you. And I love everyone who's watching this, and I love your mothers for creating you, because she created you, and because she created you, you're watching this, So happy Mother's Day to every woman who ever had a child, and to everybody's mothers who's watching this, because this is important. Life is from a mother, So thank you. If you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn education. You feel me? Wait. Before I go, a lot of times I don't really tell people what I'm working on, and I think it's important for me to like keep y'all up to date, you know, with some of the stuff that I'm working on. Whether, you know, some projects I finish, some projects I don't, and I think it's like that. I have unfinished songs, you know, and I have unfinished business projects, but it's whatever. I'll just keep you guys updated regardless. So some of the things I'm working on right now is a yoga course with Callie Ann, and it should be like up and ready for y'all who wanna, you know, do beginning yoga, you know, beginners yoga, you know, even yoga teachers already who wanna become more professional fitness instructors, or just people who go to the gym, bodybuilders who wanna become more flexible. This course specifically is like geared to help you open up your hips, mainly your hips and your hamstring, because we need to keep that open. That's really, really important. A little bit of shoulders and back and chest, but mainly the hips, and I'm excited for this course. So that's one thing I'm working on, and I'll keep you guys updated with that. I'm working on a Why Men Cheat 2 album, so look out for that. The Why Men Cheat album just dropped April 29th, so if you ain't hear that, go bump that. It's 9 tracks, pretty much 3 skits, so it's 12 tracks, but a 9-track album, and it's a storyline pretty much about like why men cheat, you know. Pretty much it's me, but in character, going through a relationship in a way and get hurt and and go from there. So yeah, and I'm working on the Why Men Cheat book to go with that too, which will kind of be like more reasons and stuff like behind the mindset of why men cheat, you know. So look out for that. You know, you just check out my website too. I just dropped the Drip song. You know, I'm putting out 1 song a month or more, you know, but at least 1 song a month. So I might drop, I'm coming June 29th. I'm thinking about dropping I'm Coming, but I just dropped the Drip song. So look out for that. I can't think of any other things I'm working on right now. Oh yeah, the Help Tea cigarettes. I'm bringing them back. I was just working on the design because I didn't like the design. They would get all squishy and stuff with the box that I had, so I found a good container for it now. So I'm gonna re-release the Help Tea cigarettes to people who want a smoking alternative. You know, something that they want to do to smoke instead of cigarettes or weed. And what else? Yeah, some other things too, but yeah, I think I said enough, you know. But yeah, you can listen to this at the Blue Poetry Podcast. So go on any podcast, you know, website or app or whatever, Google Play, Spotify has podcasts, Apple Podcasts, whatever, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find the Blue Poetry Podcast. To search Blue Poetry. Anywhere you want to listen to my music, the Why Men Cheat album, or any of my music, you can search Quindell Evans on any platform, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, all of that stuff too. So yeah, I appreciate you. If you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn. Education. You feel me, though? Let's go.